Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Indiana Pacers 120 to 109 in the NBA Finals to take a 3-2 series lead. And yeah, so not surprising the Thunder come out dominant in this game 5 tonight. Honestly, when they won that game 4 and came back, like I've said it many times. I talked about it when I did my post game at the end of game 4. I talked about it when I did my preview for tonight's game. The Pacers up 10 had all the momentum in this series. They had the NBA Finals championship in their hands because as good as I think this Oklahoma City Thunder team is, I think they are an outstanding team. But they're not coming back from down 3-1. It's just not happening. So the Indiana Pacers had the NBA Finals, the NBA championship in their hands up 10. All you had to do was just, continue to be dominant. And they were doing a great job of just absolutely crushing OKC like they were. And then OKC obviously just gets back in the ballgame. All the momentum shift right there. Because then the series goes back to OKC. The Pacers just had this collapse. And the Thunder, it's now 2-2 series. Both teams get some off time. It seemed like maybe the Thunders need that a little bit more. And now you see this dominant performance today where they win 120 to 109. It's going to be interesting how the Pacers can beat this team 2 times in a row. We almost saw it in Game 3 and Game 4, but they came short. So can they win 2 games in a row? Yes, they've won 2 games in this series, but they have not won 2 games in a row. And for the first time in this postseason, the Pacers are trailing in a series. And this is something that the Pacers have not felt the entire postseason. So that's going to be very interesting as well. But yeah. So let's go over some stats. Jalen Williams is absolutely outstanding. This is the best game of his career. 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. It's a career high in points in the playoffs. I think in the regular season as well. But definitely playoffs. 14 for 25, 3 for 5 from 3, 9 for 12 at the free throw line. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was great, but he was nowhere close as good as... he was great, but Jalen Williams was just the star of the night. But Shai was great, 231 and 10. Honestly, Richard Jefferson, who was on the call tonight, I think it was great that he kind of compared this to... Not as good as what these two guys did, but he compared it to the Game 5 that the Cavaliers and... the team he was a part of, a team that he won a championship with, when they were down 3-1 and both Kyrie and LeBron scored 40 points each. That's what he compared this to. I think that was very similar. J-Dub, a guy that you didn't expect to go out there and drop 40, just like with Kyrie Irving in that Game 5 in the NBA Finals. Same thing. All right, if LeBron goes out there and puts up 40, it's not going to be surprising. And it's no one saying Kyrie's not capable of doing it if he did it, but it just was not expected. Jalen Williams, for sure, is capable of dropping 40 points. He did it tonight, and I think he could do it again the next game if he wanted to. He's very capable of dropping 40 points in a game, but no one expects him to do it. And that's the same thing that happened in the 2016 Finals with Kyrie Irving and LeBron. And but Shai didn't score 40. He had 31 and 10. Now, were these two guys amazing as Kyrie and LeBron were in that Game 5? Not only to mention they had their backs against the wall. They were down 3-1. This team was tied at 2-2, so it's a lot different. But, it's at the same time, it's a great performance. And I think the Jalen Williams, Kyrie Irving comparison is a way better comparison than comparing Shai and J-Dub to Kyrie and LeBron. And that was kind of the series where Kyrie, I think, made himself a star. Sure, Kyrie Irving was a great player before that series, but that game right there for Kyrie Irving is what I think people respect him a lot more and really believe in him as a player and him being a star. And maybe this is the game for Jalen Williams where people look at him more of being a star. People didn't think this guy should be an all-star. People did not, appreciate him being in the All-Star game. So I think maybe with this performance and the way he's played in the last 3 games in the finals, maybe he could be more appreciated. But a great performance by him. Shai was great. That was obviously great. And and then we can go over, how good, how good some of the other guys were in this game. How about off the bench? 25 points for Kassan Wallace and Aaron Wiggins. Those two guys were fantastic. 2 points for Alex Caruso. He wasn't as good offensively. It was a really bad night, 1 for 8. But let's not forget about his 4 steals tonight, his 1 block. Offense is not the only thing you have to. Scoring is not the only thing that makes you a good basketball player, because his defense definitely helped them tonight with his 4 steals. Definitely made an impact, not to mention his 1 block as well. And only 1 turnover in 29 minutes. But, and then you can look at Aaron Wiggins and Kassan Wallace. Kassan Wallace knocked down 3 threes. Wiggins made 4 on 5 rebounds. Kassan Wallace had 11 points, 4 steals. The Thunder tonight as a team had 15 steals and 12 blocks. That is insane. So, the Pacers, how many steals and blocks do they have? 9 and 4. That is nuts. So you look at Chet Holmgren. He wasn't great with points tonight, 4 for 15, but 11 boards. And then Hartenstein had 8 rebounds, 4 points in 21 minutes. So just Lou Dort had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 offensive boards, 3 for 6 from 3 for Dort. Great game for him tonight. So. Very all-around good team performance. Halliburton was terrible tonight, 0 for 6. Did make 4 free throws, 4 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists for Halley. I think the biggest mistake Rick Carlisle made in this game was TJ McConnell. He was outstanding. He brought them back in the game. They were down by 15, 16 points. TJ McConnell brings them back in the game. They bring it to 2. He was outstanding. 8 for 14, 1 for 2 from 3, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He was playing he was playing like his life depended on it. And all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, you see him stop getting minutes. I like Tyrese Halliburton. I really do. And I really like Andrew Nembhard as well. They're both really good players. But the fact that both of those guys were on the floor over TJ McConnell for a good chunk of the fourth quarter is a terrible coaching decision by Rick Carlisle. I get having Halliburton out there. He's a great facilitator. That's fine. But let's not act like TJ McConnell and Tyrese Halliburton can't be on the floor at the same time. They've done it. They did it tonight. They've done it many times in this series. They haven't done it a lot because McConnell plays a lot of the minutes where Halliburton is not on the floor. But I think both the closing minutes, Halliburton, McConnell didn't play a lot during the closing minutes. He should have played more in the closing minutes instead of Andrew Nembhard. Pascal Siakam was great in this game tonight. He had 28, 6, and 5, 3 steals and 2 blocks for him. He was fantastic. Turner had 13 and 6 with 1 assist and 1 steal. That was it. Neesmith had 14 and 6. Like I did mention that. Obi Toppin was great again tonight. 5 for 11, 12 points, 4 rebounds. But Thunder win 120-109, and they're only 1 win away from winning the NBA championship. I pray to God the Pacers win this next game. I want to see my first ever Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Obviously, last time it happened was 2016, Cavs and the Warriors. I started watching the NBA the next season after that. I've never seen a Game 7 NBA Finals, so I'm praying the Pacers win the next game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on the game tonight, and peace out.